Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Dia. It has been a long time since I've done a planner video and I've been itching to make one. I have been having a little bit of fun doing some vlogging. I really enjoy my planners. I enjoy sharing my planners and how I plan, but I stay pretty much the same all the time and I feel like I'm just sharing the same information all the time. There is more to me than my planners and I enjoy sharing that, especially when it involves running. So those are the vlogs that I've been doing lately, but I thought it was about time, especially since we are mid-year here, to go ahead and do a planner check-in and show you guys how I'm using my planners and what planners I'm currently using. These two are my main planners right here, and these ones are kind of supplemental planners, and actually one's not even a planner, it's a journal. So I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys an update and let you know what I'm using, so that maybe if you're searching for some ideas or some inspiration to revamp your planners this mid-year, I can hopefully give you some ideas. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because there's a lot here, and I think we're gonna go ahead and start with my main planner, which most of you know is my Sterling Ink Common Planner in the B6 size. Let me get this stuff out of the way. So like I said, this is my main planner, and this is a Sojourner Getty cover that I've had for years. I absolutely love it. The leather is really thin, flexible, and doesn't add a lot of weight to it. I got it with the front pocket here, and I just have this little guy from Little Raven Ink that I printed and laminated several years ago, but he kind of travels with me. This is what I have my planner in. I do have the one, oh, by the way, I just stick my pen in here like this. This planner is at my desk 99% of the time, so I usually don't carry my pen with me. Sometimes I will put it in here like this, and this elastic helps hold it in a little, but a lot of times I'll just go ahead and put it on the side like this. This is the Platinum Preppy in white, and it is a fine, and this is what I use for all of my journaling and everything in here. I'm using De Atramentis Sepia Brown. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. I just started doing this. I had some spare stickers laying around, so I started putting them on the months whenever they're finished, and we're at the end of June and I haven't put a sticker on May yet because I don't really refer to this, but now that I remember, I'm gonna probably go ahead and stick a sticker on here as soon as I have some time. One of the main things that I normally use in this planner is this tracker section. I still haven't really figured out what to do with the left-hand side here. I think I stress out too much about it, so I've just kind of left it blank. But on the right-hand side, I will usually fill in my miracle morning habits. They are silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. And as you can see, I have been totally slacking on that since March. And then I started it a little in April. I didn't even write in the stuff for May or June. I think part of the reason I fell off of tracking this portion of my life is because I've been doing it for so many years now that it's just a habit that I do all the time. So I was thinking about using this for something different to track, but then this morning it kind of hit me that lately I've been falling off of it in a few categories of my life, mainly with eating and fitness. And I noticed that when those things start falling off, so do these things. I journal and I read just about every day, no matter what. But there's other things like visualization, exercise, and affirmations, and my meditation that I will kind of start to let slip. And when I start to let those things slip, I start to let other things slip. And usually I can see the correlation between the two when I'm looking at my different trackers. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tracking this again in July probably. We have about a week left here in June, so I don't know, I might do that, but that's how I'm using this section still. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it the same. My monthly planners, I usually just write in whatever our schedule is whenever we have photo shoots and anything like birthdays and stuff, but I haven't been very good at filling it out this month either. I feel like I've done a little bit more living lately and a little bit less tracking, which is absolutely fine, but I do like to go in and backfill my planners a little because it's fun to look back and see the things that I did do. I guess I'll go ahead and show you a quick flip through of my weeklies. And while I'm doing that, I'll just go ahead and explain how I use my weeklies. I use them to document what I've done throughout the day, not so much to pre-plan, but to keep track of what I'm doing and what we accomplished on certain days. There's some days where I don't feel like tracking my day, so I just go ahead and put in something like this. I think I have a few in here that are completely blank. I like to look at my week this way because I can see when I'm waking up early consistently. I can see if I'm going to bed later consistently. And it's funny because at the beginning of the year, I was waking up early and I had a tendency to go to bed pretty early. But ever since my daughter started school, see, this whole weekend, I just didn't even bother backfilling it. I can always look in one of my other journals and see what I was doing. But as I was saying, I noticed that when my daughter started going back to school, she doesn't get off until 10 o'clock and she doesn't get home until around 10:30. And I just cannot sleep until she's home. So I've been staying up until 10:30 every night and still getting up at 5 in the morning. But I have been taking a lot of naps. So it's a give and take. But these are my weekly pages. I just kind of started throwing in some extra little stickers that I have laying around, and that's pretty much it for my weeks. Next is my daily pages. I was debating if I was going to be using a sterling ink again next year because I really struggle with the light grids in this planner. It can be really hard for me to see the lines once I've written on a page. So I don't know if you can see it, but like if I had to write right here, it's really hard for me to see because my writing kind of blocks the lines, if that makes any sense. But I am older. My eyes are not as youthful as they used to be, so I have a hard time seeing the lines. But I have been searching and searching, and nobody makes a planner like Sterling Ink. I just absolutely love her planner. I love the gold gilded edges on it, and I'm gonna probably just go ahead and stick with this planner again next year. I do wish it had the dates already written in, but then I think that as soon as I have one that's pre-dated for the daily, something's gonna come up and then I'm gonna end up with some blank days, but it's okay. It's not that hard to just go ahead and write it in, but I go ahead and make a to-do list over here on the left. I have my food section where I keep track of what I'm eating. And this is just a little general thing of what I've eaten for the day. And then also my fitness. And then on the right-hand side, I journal about the day. March. There was a couple of days where I can't even remember why I didn't write things in, and I didn't feel like I had the time to backfill these. So I just typed them out, printed them on vellum paper, and then washi taped them in here because that was faster than trying to write it in. And I think for some reason my hand was sore or hurting. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I had a completely blank day in here. I also have my 5-year journal, and I've been writing in this for the past 4 years. So if it's not in here, I do know there's at least one line in here kind of telling me what happened throughout the day. For some reason, I was too busy or too tired to go back and fill that one in. And that's okay. I think that's one of the things these planners have taught me is that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to leave mistakes. It's okay to leave some pages blank because that was just an indication of what was going on in my life. I know a lot of people will look at my planners and say how perfect they are, or, oh, I can never plan like that. It's too perfect. But if you really took a close look, you could see days where like my writing was just sloppy. I wrote on the wrong day. This one, I even said I used the wrong pen. I used my green pen instead of my brown pen. And I mean, I make mistakes. It's not perfect. It's deceiving on Instagram. But just so you know, when I do make small mistakes, I will use this Tombow correction tape because it's really good and matches the paper really well. When I have alcohol, I mark it in red just so that it stands out to me, just because I'm trying to get healthier and drink a little less. But this planner hasn't changed. I've been doing it like this ever since I picked up this planner last year. So I, again, started throwing some stickers in here just to kind of use them up. And here's another one too. This is actually June 6th and this is June 5th. I wrote them on the wrong days, but that's okay. I like that I can look back at my entire day and see how busy I was, what I ate. I can see if I worked out or not, and it just gives me such a quick look into how my day was and how I was doing at that time. And I often refer back to my weekly pages because my husband will say, "What day did we do that?" And I'll look back and I can see when we did it. Okay, that's my B6 Sterling Ink Common Planner. Let's move on to my other planner that I use every day, and it is another Sterling Ink planner. I decided to get this week's calendar from Sterling Ink, and I went ahead and got it with the gilded edges again. And this is my food and fitness tracker. I did just purchase another Getty cover for this one. It's being made right now, and it's by Sojourner. And I waited forever because I wanted to make sure I was gonna really use this planner before I invested in a cover for it. But I've been using it consistently, and I plan on using it even more detailed in the coming year. So I went ahead and purchased the cover, and I can't wait till it gets here because I do want to take this one places with me more often. So I have these tabs. These are the Midori Chiataro, I don't know, something, the Midori Index tabs. And I think you can get them on Amazon, but I usually get them from Jet Pens. In this section, I really haven't set up the front at all. I started to put weight, miles, hiking, and I was gonna put my goals in here. I just never got around to it. I should use this left-hand side for some goals, but I'll eventually work my way up to that. And on the right-hand side here is where I keep track of my rings on my Apple Watch. I have red, green, blue, 10,000 steps, no alcohol, and my menstrual cycle right here. I'll check when I close a ring, and I try to hit over 10,000 steps every day. So if I hit 10,000 steps, I go ahead and give it a check mark. If I have no alcohol, I give it a check mark. And whenever I have my period, I go ahead and kind of mark that in with a little dot. So the check marks mean I completed something, and the little dot means it was not completed. I use my Tombow Dual Brush for the little dots, and I have a brown and a pink one. This I've been pretty consistent on, and it's nice because when I fall behind, I always have the information in my phone still that I can look for and go ahead and backfill. On my monthly calendar, I started to track what kind of workout I did for the day. Let me see, let's go back to January. And I think I got this in February, but I was able to backfill it because I track everything on my health and fitness app. Let's see, I have how many miles I ran and my time. And then I was doing things like walk and stair stepper. And this is in January. I was pretty consistent. February, as you can see, I was not consistent, but if I remember correctly, I got really sick. I had pneumonia and I broke out into a really horrible rash around the 1st. So I pretty much was useless until the end of the month. And then that's when I started up again. In March, I still kind of dabbled in stuff. April, I feel like I kind of slacked a little, but in April is when I started the local run club here in Surprise, Arizona, and It has been life-changing for me in many ways. I've met so many friends. I met my people that are just as insane and love to run and don't mind running in 110-degree weather. And we find it fun, and there's just such a variety of people. And I highly recommend, if you enjoy running, finding a running club near you. And if you are in Arizona near my area, this is just the most awesome running club ever. We have run club on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do things like intervals and circuits, so I just put how far we ran and not really my pace. On Fridays, I go ahead and mark down my pace because Fridays are trail runs, and I'm trying to get better at trail running since I have a race coming up in August. In May, I did pretty well. I attribute a lot of this to Run Club because it's been very motivating for me. I started to write how many miles I did for the week, but I guess I only did it for 1 month. I forgot to do it for the rest. And now this is June, and I kind of slacked in my running a little. I was running twice a day, and I just started running once a day because it's just getting so hot here. If I'm not out the door by 6 in the morning, it's too late to run. And I also can't run anytime before 6 or 7 in the evening because it's way too hot. So I decided it's time to get a gym membership again. Okay, let me show you how I was using the weeks. And see, like I said, I didn't have this in January, and I didn't bother backfilling the weeks. I believe I got this right here at the end of February and the beginning of March. When I first got this, I kind of wanted to keep track of when I ate, what I ate, and what time I worked out. So I was putting, like, the little line is when I got up in the morning, I would have my coffee, I'd go to the gym or a walk, I'd mark down when I had breakfast, lunch, more coffee, snacks, dinner, and I was just kind of tracking it that way. I stopped tracking it on the weekend, and then I just felt like it was too much. I didn't want to have to pull this out that many times a day. So I stopped doing that this week. I think I started up again for this week and tried it again. And then it was right here that I decided it was just too much. I didn't feel like writing it in, and I wasn't getting any benefit from looking back at these pages. It wasn't useful information to me, at least not at the time. So I went ahead and just started keeping track of my workouts. And then I was also keeping track of when my husband would go to California because I would try to plan my long run during the week. So now I just track the time of day that I do my workouts and when my husband's gonna be gone, and that's about it. And now it's really easy to look at to see how consistent I am and get an idea of what's a good time of day for me to work out. And then that's today. And then we'll go to the daily pages. Okay, in the daily pages, I am tracking what I eat throughout the day. So I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, workout, and notes. And I try to break it down into exactly what I'm eating. For a while here, I was putting how many ounces, and then I was measuring how many calories and stuff it was. I track all of this on an app in my phone called Lose It. And then whenever I had a minute, I would go ahead and transfer the information to here. I was taking notes on how I was feeling, how my workouts felt. If I had a bad workout or woke up late or something, I would put it in here just to kind of keep track of my mental status as well. And I love this. This has really been working for me. At first, I felt like I was gonna feel like I was just duplicating the other information, which honestly I am. Just duplicating the other information, but I can get more detailed in this one. So when I'm really getting into my training, I can start paying more attention to my macros and breaking them down in here. Again, whenever I have alcohol, I will write it in red so it stands out. I was writing how many calories I was burning on my runs. But right now, I've kind of been slacking a little. I'm not like way off the wagon or anything, but I haven't been as, I don't even want to say strict. I haven't been as dedicated to my health and fitness as I want to be. And today is Monday, June 24th, and I am ready. I will usually just get up and go for a run because it's the easiest thing for me. But today I actually did a 45-minute workout that I love, and actually that I love hate because I usually feel it pretty bad the next day. But yeah, so this is May. Didn't work out. This is my first time missing run club. I actually got a little perfect attendance thing for going to so many of them consistently. I really enjoy this run club, and it's my outlet. It's my time out of the house. It's my time to talk to friends. And yeah, I had to miss one of them because my daughter is in esthetician school and she needed me to come in and be her model for something. So I had to miss one of the days. Okay, that's it. Still have the rest of this, going strong in this, and I will show you guys the cover as soon as I get it on Instagram probably. And then you can see the difference on how it looks, because this one scratches really easily, but it's so beautiful. I love it. Okay. Let's hurry up. The other ones aren't going to take as long, I hope. Okay, this is my other planner that I try to use on a daily basis. And this is my Moterm ring planner. And I'll just come in here in the mornings, check off the day. I'll look ahead to any special dates, mark them off once they come. And then I have my affirmations in here that I read in the morning. I have a little visualization board in here that I also have on my computer, on my iPad, and on my phone. I have this training plan that I'm kind of following, but I like to look at it and see where I'm at and how far away I am from my race, which is the 52K Vertigo race. This is if I ever do one of my little 28-day challenges, but I'm not currently doing that. And then this next section is my inbox, where I'll just throw ideas down of things that need to get done, like my son and my husband need to get their passport. I need to get new glasses when we are doing our taxes, hanging shelves, just little basic things I'll keep in there. And then I have just some pictures I took, and then I have this little monthly calendar that I keep track of things like dyeing my hair, when I get my hair cut, when the house is cleaned, 5K races that I do with the run club, dogs groomed. I'll go ahead and put that in here because these are just little things that we need to reference sometimes, and I like them to be separate so that they're easy for me to find. Okay, the next section is my business section. Up front here, I just have some tasks that I kind of need to do on a monthly basis, and this reminds me that I need to do them because I forget, because I don't do them that often. I keep track of all of the projects that we're working on. We're photographers and we photograph little leagues and stuff, high volume photography. I do all of the back end editing and everything, so I'll go in here and mark through where we're at in the process, and then I'll highlight it once it's done. I move them to the back once they're completely filled. And I'm going to keep these in here for the year just so we can see who we completed during that year. The next section is just a little note section. I started jotting down notes about the different planners I was considering. I do have an owl planner coming, which I'm really excited about. I also used to use the Wonderland 222 planner, but that one's a little bit smaller than the B6 because they use a different kind of sizing, and I enjoy the bigger Sterling Ink Common planner. Just some stuff for Animal Crossing, some notes about my blog, and then in the back I just have some cards and then just some pictures that have kind of traveled with me from planner to planner, and I don't have anything in the back. And I am using this Sarasa pen in here with brown gray ink in it. That's also what I'm using in the Sterling Ink planner as my food and fitness journal. It's this Sarasa, and it has the brown gray ink, and I got it on Amazon. And then this is the red one that I use I'm not exactly sure what color it is. These came in like a vintage package. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna show you guys my two new planners. Actually, this one's a journal and this one's a planner. I'll show you the planner first. And the reason I'm showing you the pens is because I think it's really crazy that these are both Moleskine journals. Same type of paper, at least that's what it says online, but I write with this Pilot Precise V5. I tried to write with it in this one and it bled through. I don't understand. If somebody can explain it to me, maybe let me know. Okay, we're gonna start here though. This is my little business planner that I review things that we have to do at the beginning of the week with my husband. I've tried this in several other planners and this is actually the first thing that's kind of working for me. I don't use the monthly pages or anything and I just started using this. So these are all blank. I thought about trying to backfill them, but I just really don't need to. I backfilled them a little just to see how I wanted to use it. So I just have a to-do list with a little line. I jot down some of the things that as a family we need to get done and then anything that we need to do for the business. So let me show you on this one. Entering financial stuff, things that my husband needed me to do for the business, we'd write them down in here. And then any appointments that take us out of the house go on this left-hand side. And this is this week. Totally forgot I have a 5K race and we booked a photo shoot. So my husband's gonna go set up. I'm gonna hurry up and run my race and then I'm gonna go meet him there. But this has just been a cute little quick way for us to review what's going on for the week. So we're kind of on the same page. Like today I wrote in that he went golfing and I knew I'd have the house to myself so that I could make a video. This is my favorite new little chunky fellow. I have this Sarasa pen in here, but it's actually not this color. I went ahead and took this same refill and put it into this pen because I like the darker brown instead of this lighter brown that this came with. So this one is just a little journal that I thought I could use to jot down daily stuff. It turns out I haven't been using it daily because there's not always something exciting to write about every day. But I have been using it and having some fun with it. And look, you can see the ghosting right here. This is from that black pen. And it doesn't do this in the other planner. I don't understand. And I thought maybe I was writing heavier or something, but I'm not. So this is where every once in a while, I just want to throw in some reminders for the day and doodle a little, or I'll collect a business card, or like on this day, I got this planner. So I just stuck the sticker in here, stamped the date, and said a couple of things that we were doing. This was my son's birthday. On this day, our air conditioning went out and it went up to 106 degrees that day. The next day was 107, and then the next day was going to go up even higher. And we had to wait a day and a half for them to finally come fix the air conditioning. So it was horrible. My son's birthday, I just put a few things that we did. We went shooting, we watched The Hobbit. I went to my trail run still. I did a 5K with the run club that I'm in, and this is just some pictures and little memories of that. I paced one of the other runners for it, and it was just a lot of fun. Father's Day, we went house hunting and found our dream home. We want to buy a home here. We want to buy this home here. We have to see the timing of it being built and if it's going to work for us. But I went ahead and printed out the layout because this is kind of the must of what we need in a house. Fingers crossed that this is the house we can get. For Father's Day, my husband wanted spaghetti, and my family absolutely loves this recipe. So I went ahead and printed it out and put it in here. We had a really eventful day at Run Club because 2 people got injured. 2 stray dogs came into the area that we helped wrangle and return to the owners, and it was just a crazy Run Club day, not the usual. So I went ahead and printed up a picture of that and just wrote about it in here. This day I just documented because my daughter took me into her school to get a lash lift and tint. I don't care for it. I didn't really enjoy it. She had it done too because she had to. And yeah, we just really didn't enjoy the process and the outcome very much. So I wrote about that in here. And then it's Monday now, but over this weekend, we went out to sushi. We went and refilled one of our Mont Blancs that we were having issues with. So we went and got some new ink for it. We met up with a league out here that we booked, and yeah, watched House of Dragons. went with my son to Shooter's World. So I just went ahead and stuck this in here to remind myself of what I want to write about for this day here. And I'm just going to combine the whole weekend into this one little page. This was intended to be a daily thing. I got the idea from Seaweed Kisses. I love her chunky little journals, and I love this little full year journal. Oh, by the way, I'm not using it on the days that I'm supposed to be using it. I'm just either sticking something over those or whiting them out and then putting something on top of them. So this is just a fun little journal that I get to do whenever I have some time. I think that's all of them. Sorry if this video was so long, and thank you for sticking around. I hope you guys found some inspiration or useful information in this video for yourselves. And I hope you have fun planning out the rest of your year, and I can't wait to show you guys what I get for next year. Probably gonna be the same, but I still can't wait to share it with you guys.
Hey guys, I almost forgot to tell you that I draw in my weekly pages at the beginning of the week. I'll go ahead and draw in all the days for the week. That way I'm not having to do it every day. And I do that in this planner, and I also do it in this planner, which is my fitness journal. And let me see if I can find it. There, yeah. I'll go ahead and write in the whole week so that I don't have to do it every day. I've had people ask me, and I meant to share that with you. I don't draw it out every day, but I do it once a week. And the reason I don't do it more than 1 week in advance is because you just never know when you might want to change up a design, and then you're just stuck with the same thing. So I do it weekly. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like. And if you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. If you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, make sure you hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.